Good day viewers, this is Mompoloki Makwana and welcome to the Celebrating Greatness feature. This is where we are hosting individuals who are making a difference in their communities, whether through their businesses, voluntary work and their organizations. Today, I'm hosting none other than Moemedi Senwelo. Mr. Moemedi Senwelo, welcome to the show, sir.
Welcome, sir. Thank you for hosting me today. I'm glad I'm here.
It is my pleasure to host you here today. I see that you are doing a lot, and of recent I see that you were in one of those who can be nominated, for the Forbes 30 under 30 because of the work that you are doing currently in your business and also in other things that you are doing like writing. Tell me about your journey. I can see that you are an entrepreneur. You also write books, not only business books, but also you have vision books that you are doing. So through these two businesses, CRACKiT Tuition Botswana and Lona Freedom Books, what inspired that journey?
I guess from my book, I share the whole story of how they were born. First of all, it was the tuition business. Immediately when I finished from primary, there was 8 months where you were just free, doing about freedom books. Also, it was circumstances that forced me to start freedom books because I was at that time when I failed and discontinued. The tuition business had also failed. I didn't have any source of income. I was living in Gaborone. So I had no option but to start a business that could sustain me to continue staying in Gaborone. Otherwise, I'd have to go to the village.
All right. Talking about being in a position where now you had to start a business. There are so many other options that maybe someone would say, nah, I don't know what to do. I give up. What is it that in your life you have cultivated as a personal culture that all the time maybe seeing an issue, you turn that into a business to enterprise? Where does that come from? That mentality of turning things around and say, but I'm willing to enterprise one, I'm willing to enterprise two, something like that.
I guess for me, I have never had the idea of getting a job and working for a salary. And sometimes I think, had I considered that route, I was going to be stuck because of the qualification factor. Because everywhere you go, when you are looking for a job, they ask for your qualification. If you have the right qualification, they ask for the experience. So I didn't want to find myself in that situation where I'm stuck because of qualification or experience.
I see. Let's talk now about currently, besides the business you have started, what are you working on? And I'm asking you on this question because I understand you are very passionate about the educational space. You really want to see transformation in our education, and you have been awarded that best youth in academic excellence. And I want to know, what are your plans looking at the knowledge-based economy? How are young people or any person sitting at home can take advantage of the space of knowledge-based economy to build something for themselves? What are your thoughts about that?
First of all, let me answer. The first one is, what am I working on? We have an initiative that we are about to launch soon, which is, in other ways, we called it CRACKiT.
Wow.
Something similar to the National Community Service. So what we want to do is to get volunteers whom we can take to each and every school, and we go there and inspire students, train them, facilitate them on how they can improve their academic performance, and give them life skills that they need even beyond the school. So that's the first thing that we're going to do. And then talking to a person about the opportunities that are in the education space. I guess there are so many things just besides tutoring. I've seen so many people have started taking or venturing into the business of tutoring. But besides that, there are so many other things that people can explore. All you have to do is to take time and research where your skill is, where your passion is, and invest your energy in that skill and passion. I'm trying to limit competition because I'm already doing it. Competition is good. I welcome all competition. I diversifying also, and maybe you could be a supplier to the tuitions of books, of textbooks, videos, when we are creative.
And talking about taking that route of supplying, I understand that part of what you do is writing revision books, mathematics and science on the likes that you are selling them through your bookstore and Freedom Books. I get what inspired that thought of going into that line of creating content and you customize it for your BGSE students. I mean, what was lacking? Are we saying maybe there is not much into that space, or you saw it as a business opportunity where people are not maybe looking much into it? What inspired that?
The inspiration came from the need. Like, if the time when I was doing contract, we were using books from UK.
Oh yeah.
Individual health sports.
Yeah.
So coming up with the revision books that were specific to the BGCSE syllabus was an answer to the need that has been there for years. And I said, okay, this is a good idea. I can come up with something that is relevant to our local education or syllabus. So that is how I came up with those books. We have even expanded to cover junior school, primary, and even up down to preschool.
This is an amazing job, because I saw that there is one young student in your tuition business, because he was very brilliant into now going to prepare for Formula 1. How do you create a platform for learning that enables young people in that space to be able to have such kind of mindset of believing in themselves? What kind of culture would you say your business is introducing into this market of tutoring?
We have a program, a personal development program, which is compulsory for all our students. So through that initiative, first of all, we assess students when they come into the institution. We force them to read a book that teaches them on study skills, time management, how to prepare your own study timetable. They go through that book and then they go through the assessment. That is when we can help them. And once they have been through read the book and went through the assessment, there's a shift in that mindset of that they can achieve something in that results. So they set goals that they want to achieve. So that personal development program, we also continue it throughout when they are in the tuition. So it helps them to change their mindset, to overcome those negative thoughts or mindset of thinking that this subject is difficult, math is difficult, science is difficult. So they get to overcome those and start performing well. And for students who are performing good, they see the possibility of skipping. That I can write earlier than my age because there's nothing that keeps me.
Right. That is something that I wanted to know much more in. Talk about the challenges right now in the space of maybe writing, in the space of your business at Freedom Books, or the business and tutoring. What are some of the challenges that maybe you would say someone moving into business they could maybe expect, and how can they prepare psychologically, financially and socially into having a support structure that can help them into that? What would you say to someone who wants to go into business but they don't have any experience, right? And you are saying this is how to go. I know you touch more into your books, but for someone who hasn't read your book, what would you say to them?
I guess when you have an idea and the market is there, the first thing I would say to a person is start where you are, start with what you have. And then the experience will come along the way. What I know now is not what I knew when I started in 2011. I have gained experience over the years. That is why sometimes I'm confident that new competition is welcome to the game. They can come on board. I have 9 years experience. They come with 0 years experience sometimes. So we cannot compete at the same level initially. Maybe they'll cash out. But so people should not be afraid. They should just get in and they will learn along the way. They will keep on perfecting and correcting along the way.
Okay. Learn on the go. The principle of marginal improvement. I get. So let's talk about some of the opportunities that you think young people sitting at home who are saying, "Nike head is school," I just don't know what to do. There are different spaces. There's business, there's voluntary work, and there's organization where you are working for free. Talk about that space, not necessarily for someone going into business, but someone who don't know how to figure out their way around. You talked about your business, going into business while you were 18, and for someone at 18, what kind of environment did you create around you, to enable you to think thoughts of enterprising or going into business or starting anything? What did you do and what did you have to go through, to get to that position of saying, you know what, I want to start something for myself? Yeah.
For me, starting, I guess, I started not by a thought coming to me. It's people who pushed me into the business. Like, I was available and people kept on bringing their keys to me and saying, we want you to specifically tutor them, because back then I was a marketer for a STEM tuition center. So every time I go out and market, people are like, no, we can't take our children to someone we don't know. Yeah. So can you be the one who is tutoring our children? So that is how the idea came into me. And then I said, okay, let me just tutor them, since they trust that I can do it. They looked at my results and said, this guy can do it. So I started tutoring like that. So I got into the business not deliberately knowing that I was going to get it. I was just looking forward to going to university and volunteering, and an opportunity like that came on while I was volunteering in the senior secondary school. So, and then to someone who wants to start, you can start where you are. Don't think too much. Just look at what you have and start with what you have.
I wanted to understand, when it comes to now building now, I get it, coming up with a business. This was an opportunity presented to you. Building the right person behind the brand, CRACKiT now. What are the necessary things of building a business that's now, is franchised for at least 20, businesses? Yeah. So, what is the logic, the culture behind your growth? And what pushes you to position yourself differently like that? I look at your business and like you tell me, this is one of the biggest, tutoring business ever in Botswana. So what pushes you? The learning that you do, the application of knowledge. I like saying a lot for it. Reading 10 books does not mean a lot if you are not creating 10 results, right? So I want to understand the idea behind you being intentional in building that brand. What do you do to do that?
I like that statement.
I know.
I have said it so many times. So, yeah, it's not about how we're talking about what we can do, what we want to do, than action. So, it's more about action. And now looking at CRACKiT with 30 branches across the country, there is a leadership thing. I had to sacrifice my time, put a lot of my efforts, that the people that I work with, whom we can say in my staff, they saw that in me and they were willing to take the same vision and duplicate it in other places. You'll find that some of the centers, I'm not sure exact number, but more than 5 centers, they are run by former staff members who started with where we started, and along the way they said like, okay, let me go and franchise in another place. So that is where our scale of growth came from. We had people from our masters who believed in this thing and were able to duplicate it in other places, and that is our strength.
And I think that's one element that is lacking in many businesses. Recently, I was attending a conference in Central Johannesburg, Success 2020, and part of what they said is, can your business survive for 2 months without you being there? I like the element of building leadership structures where you are not just saying, no, you're working under me, but you allow other people, to assume leadership capabilities in building the same model. I think
yes. To all the questions, yes.
To all the questions, yes.
Yeah. We want to go to more and more places in Botswana. We are not satisfied with the place that we have reached, so we will still reach out to more places, so that we are literally everywhere where our service can be needed. And then basically anywhere there is a school, I believe we can exist. As long as there is a school around, we should be able to exist. And then on top of that, we want to impact the education space beyond helping students get a star, get a merit, get to skip standard 6. We want to go beyond that. We want to build students who are purpose driven, students who what we taught them can be relevant in the next 10 years, in the next 20 years. Even when they get to university, what they learned in CRACKiT can be working for them. So that is why we emphasize our present learning program, that we will take it given to the government schools, volunteers, and we want to impact the whole education space until a point where when the results, BGCSE results come, JC results come out, we don't hear that report after the results are released. The results have declined by this percentage. We want to hear that the results have increased by this, and it's not 0 point, because most of the time if there's an increase, it's 0 point. So it has to be a good margin. We want to see the best school not with 65%. We want to see the best school with 100%, second school 100%. So we'll do that impact until we get to that point where it's not only about CRACKiT students who are excelling, but the whole education system of Botswana is excelling, it's quality results.
That is the words of a leader. Say, thank you so much for taking time to talk to us about your vision, and I'm sure that even in 10 years to come, we're going to talk about something different, bigger, and than where you are today. Any last words that you have for the viewers?
Okay, let me talk to those who want to be in business. What I can say to you is that don't wait until you have everything. Don't wait until you have capital. I know most of people's excuse is capital. I want to apply for funding first. I'm waiting for an investor. So that thing can delay you for years, and you can miss so many opportunities by doing that. So my encouragement to those people who want to go into business is that start. And the moment you start, everything that you need for what you want to start will come. I read the book called The Alchemist. He says, if you really want to do something, the universe will conspire to bring all the results that you need. I don't know if I'm saying it exactly how it is.
The universe conspires to have the dreamer.
But that phrase is very true. I've seen it. I just read the book recently, just a few days ago. And after knowing about the book for a long time, but I never read it. I just read it. And it has been true in all my business years. Whenever I go and start a project, somehow whatever that I need for the whole project comes into place, even though it doesn't come at the same time. It doesn't come on day one. Even though there are days when people will be calling, rent is due, salaries are due, and there's nobody in the account. But somehow, some way, the money will come, and I'll pay those rentals and I'll pay those salaries. And one day business will be able to run without falling into arrears every month.
That is so powerful. Mr. Moemedi Senwelo, thank you so much for your time. And like Les Brown said, remember, it's better to be prepared for an opportunity and have none than to have an opportunity and not be prepared. Make sure, like he's saying, start before you are ready, start while you are still scared, start before all the resources are there, and then that's how you are going to see a difference. Mompoloki Makwana. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our Facebook page, and share with your friends. Thank you so much.